Check this out. How good does this look? Looks like it's from factory installed, but it wasn't. No, we did it ourselves. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. In this video, I'm showing you my friend Corey, Mr. Wheelman. I'll shout out to him below. He's got a channel on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. Help me out. I'm putting this bumper on this truck. That's a Fab Fours bumper that Fab Fours sent to me for free to install on the channel. I also have a 12,000 pound Warn Winch they sent to me for free as well. It's right back here, and we installed it. So this is pretty unique because Fab Fours on the website says that the bumper doesn't work with diesel engines or turbocharged engines, and that's a diesel. So this could be the only high country diesel with this bumper existing. And in this video, like I said, we'll do the install. I'll show you how we installed it. I'll show you how we got the parking sensors to work. I'll show you all the different setups. I do have some shackles coming. It'll go here. That'll hang up. So we have the tow hooks kind of idea again. I have a Warn strap to go there too. It's in the mail. It's on the way. But I wanted to show you guys this video before I got all that stuff done. And we color matched this as well. It's a really nice look. This is looking at probably, it's $2,500 and like $1,200 for the winch. So this is right around $4,000 as you see. And then over here, we did install the diesel plug-in for wintertime below 0 degrees. And I have some lights coming here. There'll be new fog lamps coming in that are in the mail. That'll be here soon. So let me stop rambling. Let's go and get to the install video. All right, here we go, guys. This is a step in the process. We got the lower bumper off, the grill off, and like the upper bumper off. It's like two pieces. We have some brackets here holding the lower bumper on. You can see, interesting, you can see these tow hooks are built right into the frame as you'd want them to be, and they go right back in. So that's, you can see how heavy that is. We have the bottom of the radiator down here. Sorry for all the bugs. It did get nasty. And then we have over here, we have two electrical plugs here, one here and one on the other side, for the sensors and for the block heater. And then over here is the dirty bumper. So you can see where the tow hooks came through at. You can see where the hookup is. This is for the block heater for the diesel. You can see the parking sensors here and here, and they're built into the bumper. And if I were to, maybe if I can move this for a second, we can see the underside of this, inside this bumper here. And there are all your hookups there. So yeah, right in there are the parking sensors, right? So 1, 2 there, and 1, 2 there. Well, 1 there. That must be something else. Let's see that parking sensor one more time. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, must be back in there a little bit more. Maybe it's bolted on. We'll figure that out too when we take them out and mount them to the new bumper that we're going to install later on today or tomorrow. Okay, so here's your update. We have taken the sensors off. This is the mounting piece for the sensor. That's what you see on the outside. The inside for your parking sensors. I want to make sure I put those on. That way it all works. Here's a sensor too. That's your sensor. Okay, so wiring harness out, sensors are there, and then over here we're putting this bracket back on. I'm going to screw that down so that way that's all complete. So on this here, we'll have to get maybe some rigid LED fog lamps here will go in here, and then with some D-rings here, and then this bumper is ready to go. But we have to drill holes in this to get the sensors in. Once we get the holes drilled here, then we'll powder coat it again, and it'll be styling, and it'll look really nice. All right, new day. We got the bumper flipped over. We're making our holes a bit bigger for the attachment points. 1, 2, 3 go in the bumper. We couldn't get these top holes to line up, so we're gonna cut these out with die grind a little bit more. And we cut, you can see the holes here for the parking sensors. And then I just cut the hole here for the block heater, which is this cord here. And we're gonna make these holes, what we have to do now though is we have to get these holes a little bit bigger, take a die cutter or something. We're gonna make this metal a little bit thinner to be able to get our parking sensors on. You can see them right here. The tabs are right here, but the metal is much thicker than that. Metal's like this big. So I'm gonna do that, get it all cleaned up. We're gonna wash it, and then we start powder coating it. All right, here we go. We put the bumper inside of the powder coating machine. We're gonna do a pre-bake, 400 degrees. We went ahead and washed it. Then we took the alcohol pads on it, blew it off twice with the air compressor to make sure we didn't have any fuzzies or things like that. We're gonna pull out a pre-bake. Those holes we drilled, we're gonna prime those holes so they don't have any rust. Then we're gonna put it through the powder coating twice, and we have a color that matches the Silverado. Should be looking pretty cool. All right, we're gonna install this Warn Winch. It's Xeon synthetic rope winch. It is Xeon 12-S, and I believe 12 stands for how much it will take and handle. Oh, a hub wireless receiver not included. Control this winch with your smartphone. Ooh, there's an app for that. Nice. Spydro synthetic rope. So we open this up. Here we go. Yep, like I said, 12,000 pounds of pulling capacity, 80 foot of 3/8" Warn Spydro Pro synthetic rope. And this is what happens when you order it. It comes in a box, and then you don't open the box correctly right before you start filming. This is what happens. Our winch is in here. Open. Open. And there it is. There's a Xeon winch. We'll have to put our synthetic line in, which is right here. This is the synthetic rope. Okay, here's our synthetic rope, our line, our bracket, another piece here, and then this looks like the wireless electrical device. So that's there. Over here in this box, we have some wiring here, instruction manual, and this is the gun to control it here, as well as some more. Hook, a little more hardware kit, and then here, a bunch of bolts. We get in the box, we're getting our Silverado ready to go. We're putting a bracket here, another bracket here. This will mount to the bumper that we're working on as well, and we'll slide it in there, bolt it tight, and then run our wiring up in here to the engine for the power positive line. We'll figure out the other wiring as well. Okay, here we go. We have the bumper pulled off. This has been powder coated. You can kind of see the sheen in it. I can't wait to put it on that truck. We do have the parking sensors in. We cut these holes, and then we cut slits in the holes. Then we tried to get the metal on the backside to not be so thick so everything could slide in. So that's all connected. And we'll see if we have to readjust the parking sensors to put it on. But this is the order they came off is the order they're back on. On the backside, we have the wiring laid out. This is your block heater for the diesel engine. We have, this is below 0 degrees or below, use that. We have the parking sensors there. We've kind of tied a few wires together. These are for the fog lamps, and I have a set of lights coming in here. See the lights go in these slots here. We'll take this off and we'll do something with it when we get the lights in. And then this is the block heater. It connects to the bumper, and I'll show you where that spot's at as well. I'm gonna come around here and kind of be careful because it's a little tight in here. You can see we have it all connected up. We did zip tie stuff together to kind of keep it clean. So from the front, you can't see any of this stuff as far as the lights back there. We didn't always get everything quite perfect, but this should hold pretty well to hold that parking sensors in. Because it's kind of a game, man. You have to drill a hole. This metal is really thick. Actually, the bumper metal is like half the size of this. And so it's tough work. Nothing easy. So this is the spot where it's going to go in. We have the frame here. You have the bolts going in the spots there. We did install this lower louver that's below this. Let me move the camera. Probably see it better now. It's right down here. Now this was a shroud that was on the front here, and so they told us relocate it down there. There was an check engine light on, and when we plugged this in, guess what? Check engine light went away. Cool. So we will put this in here and get it all hooked up, and there you go. And then the winch will come right through that portion, which is right here. That'll be the winch. We have a plate for it that goes on the front there. This is a LED light bar they actually built into this bumper, which you can add in the future if you want even additional lighting, and tie that in probably in the fog lamps. So when you hit the fog lamps, you can turn on these lights and turn on this LED light if you wanted to. Okay, here's a finished product. I didn't get the full install. Basically, two guys, one guy on each side. You set it up on top of the frame mounts, which are right there, and then we've bolted in. So we have a bolt, there's another bolt up top. We have a bolt there, and then there's two bolts on the backside that come through here. So this is really secure on top of this. Then we fed the wire through, put the hook on there, and then bolted in our cover here for this winch. You know, like I said, all told, many hours, 2 days of work. You saw that in the video. This has been powder coated twice, and that has that nice dark ash kind of sheen that matches the color of the truck as well. It's kind of you see right there how well it matches. Everything bolts in. I did notice it today. We have a little bit of a flap down here left over from the old bumper, which we could probably just cut that off if we wanted to, for a nice clean line, or I could leave it on there to stop some mud getting, you know, some back and forwards. A little bit of maybe a front flap there. I don't know, just kind of debating what to do there. May do something later, but yeah, that's what it looks like when it's fully installed. Okay, now inside the cabin, because it's insanely hot outside today. Look, no check engine light, no warnings lights. Everything is good, and the parking sensors actually do work in this truck as well. Didn't have to adjust them at all. Once we got them in place, I drove home and ding, ding, they popped up. Now, what's interesting though is inside on the cameras, you can see the big bull bar there, the pre-runner bar. I call it bull bar, but pre-runner bar, right there in front of the truck. But yes, the parking sensors work, everything works, no check engine lights, we're all golden. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add. People are asking about fuel economy, which is a fair question, aerodynamics and fuel economy with that bumper up front. I just went down to Denver to get a seat installed, my 62 C10. I drove down and back, and I got about 25 to 25.5 miles per gallon going north in the wind and driving 80 miles an hour. This truck's rated at like 26 miles per gallon highway and like 24 combined. So I still got pretty damn good fuel economy. I need to do my typical 100 miles, 50 miles west, 50 miles east testing. I'll get to that when I come back from my long road trip I'm taking, and we'll talk even more fuel economy. But so far, it hasn't been the massive hit you may think it's going to be. Total weight up front is, my estimation, is about 200 pounds I've added to this truck, and total weight on the front with the bumper and the winch. Now you may be wondering, why did I do this? Well, A, they sent it to me for free, so I was like, hey, yeah, I want to install it. And B, I learned a lot installing it, and so as a journalist, it makes me that much better because I know how the bumpers go on. I understand the whole thought process behind it. Also, I heard some feedback from some fans saying, oh my gosh, Tim, you can't do a high country and off-road bar. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, well, that's 94% of trucks don't go off-road, so that bar is just silly. Well, that's really kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. First of all, look at the GMC Sierra AT4X. It's got a steel bumper from the AEV, American Expedition Vehicles, and people are going this way. They're going luxury and off-road because when you're off-road, like a day like today, I want cool seats. I want bigger, nicer materials. I want to sit in comfort while I'm off-roading all day long if I was doing multiple trail rides. So that's a pretty no-brainer thing to do to get an off-road luxury truck. B, I don't plan on off-roading with this truck with that pre-runner bar. No. That's for wintertime, for blizzards, for pulling somebody out, for when I'm out deer hunting, if I happen to hit a deer or I hit an obstacle I'm out driving around. That protects my truck.
That's why I like the off-road pre-runner bar. I don't need it for, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to Moab and off-road my truck, because that's not something I would do. But here in the wintertime, here in the nighttime, there's lots of obstacles that can hit your truck and actually damage it. Now, there's a pro and con to that pre-runner bar in the front, the steel bar, is that when you hit something with a solid object in front of that, it does delay some of the crash prevention built into this truck, right? So you're hitting something solid instead of hitting that bumper that kind of craves or crashes in right away. And so a little bit different. You have a slight delay, but like it's out here in the country, there's bigger things to worry about than hitting another car. We hit a lot of animals, and we ding up trucks a lot. We hit a bumper. We're at Walmart. Somebody pushes a cart into our trucks. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and so having that nice, strong steel bumper in the front, that's not just for off-road. And so I think you need to rethink that thought process there before you get some criticism going on. But overall, I mean, I really like it. I think it blends in really nice. It looks like it's factory from stock. It looks factory from stock. Looks like it's stock from factory. It looks like it came right on the truck. Everything bolts in. Parking sensors work. I mean, it was a hell of a job. And so it took us about 2 days. So you're looking at a fair amount of labor, unless you do it yourself, and then you just have somebody to powder coat it for you. It takes quite a bit of work, but I think the overall look when I'm done with it looks pretty good. And then, like I said, I'll add those D-ring shackles, and I'll add that Warn Winch coming, that little strap that goes across, and even make it that much better. I did have a flip-up license plate that didn't quite work, so sorry, Fab Fours. I covered up your logo. I apologize for that, but I'm working on that one as well. So there you go. There's the details on installing this cool new Fab Fours plus the Warn Winch. Check out the videos over here. Website down below as well. pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.